So I get asked a lot about my favorite podcast listening app, and that is Goodpods. So today I thought I would give you an updated tutorial on how I use it and how you can use it as well. So let's get right to it. Okay, so this is your Goodpods update. So let's go into Goodpods. I actually had that already open. So let's go all the way back out to what you would see when you first open the app. So what's cool about this is when you follow people, you will have all the different podcasts that they listen to here right on the top part where it says following. That's going to be all the shows that are recommended by the people that you follow. Then you're going to have Goodpods team picks. Now what's cool about this is they always have different genres of podcasts, different categories that they'll feature up here. So you can see, hey, like these are all the ones that they're recommending right now, which is pretty cool. The process that they go through to put these different podcasts up there are very awesome. So I always give JJ and her team a shout out for making sure people are featured here. But that is your following feed. So you can go through and see, hey, is there something new that my friends are listening to or people that I follow that I want to go check out? Now let's go back up here to the top and you see where it says everyone. This is going to be all Goodpod users. And I can go through and you see how I'm given a bunch of different updates. So you'll see the actual podcast that's recommended and you can click on it and go right into that podcast and start listening. Okay, so let me go out again because then we have groups. So there are different groups on here that I'm not a part of a lot of groups, but I do see ones that I have joined previously and it will have all of your groups there that you have joined and it'll have the recommended podcast. So again, this is from the feed page and now we're going to go into library because these are all of the shows that I have earmarked or subscribed to and the ones that I want to eventually listen to. So as you can see right now, I don't have anything in my queue, but I could do that if I knew that there were like 4 or 5 upcoming episodes. Typically what I'll do is bookmark them, which I'll show you that in a second, but I don't have anything in my queue right now. So continue listening means exactly what it sounds like. I have just already started those, but I haven't finished those episodes for one reason or another. So I could go in there and click on it. And then if I knew that I wasn't going to have a chance to finish them, then I'll go in and delete them. But of course, I'm going to go back and finish those. Latest episodes. So if you click on view all, this shows me all of the podcasts that I'm subscribed to. And it shows all of their brand new episodes here. So I could go through and see which ones have new episodes for the week. And then I'm gonna go back out and then go to downloads. So if you're gonna be traveling or you need to, you won't have internet access for a bit, then you can download episodes here. And this is where they're gonna show up in this section. And then, like I said earlier, I have bookmarks. So these are ones that I have gone in, and I'll show you how I do this, but I've gone in and I've bookmarked all of these episodes and I just had not had a chance to listen to them. Actually, I just saw one that I bookmarked that I have listened to, so I'll go back and delete those as I finish them. Then we have my subscriptions. So these are all of the podcasts that I'm subscribed to. You can see there are a lot. These are imported from my Apple subscriptions when I first moved over to Goodpods. I actually have a previous video on how to do that. And then episodes to rate simply means that I have listened to them but not rated them. This is actually one from the Proffitt Podcast. I guess I listened to it and I haven't rated it yet, so it's encouraging me to rate it and post a comment about it. So I could go in and write like, this was a great episode, or, something about one that's not my own episode, because that feels a little braggy, right? And then that's all we have there for library. And okay, so these are all of the podcasts that are recommended for me. Either I'm subscribed to them or they're similar to other podcasts. So it's kind of like that discovery feed of letting you see other ones that are recommended. Like I'm, subscribed to a lot of these podcasts that are on here. So this is like recommended. It's kind of the algorithm just for me. And then I could go and view all and see other recommendations that are in here. And then this week's your friend listens to. So if you're just looking for something new, you could come in here and see, oh, okay, like these are what all of my friends are listening to. I could look at this week, or I could toggle this to all time and see what my friends are listening to, like the people that I follow, like what are the top few podcasts that they also listen to. And then I could see if there are any other podcasts that I want to try out or any recommended shows there. All right, let's go down to featured list. These are super cool because you can see that there are just different kinds, like 6 happiness podcasts, and you could click on that. And these are curated by the Goodpods team, and you can just go in and see the different ones that they have. Again, if you're looking for some inspirations, here's Canadian, the best podcasts of 2022. Go check those out. Top 10 2022 podcasts, best podcasts, pods for your wallet. Like there's all kinds of recommendations. So if you're ever looking for inspiration, you can go find it there. Goodpods top 100 shows. So this is cool to go and check out, the ones again that are the most popular. You could go to indie only, which means they're independent podcasters, or you could leave it as it is whenever you get here and check out all the shows that they have. Okay, top 100 shows by category. This is similar to like Apple Podcast ranking their shows. You can come in and see all the top shows, which is pretty cool because it gives you, a way to sort through ones that you may be interested in by a hobby or, your career or anything like that. So you can check those out. And then Goodpods top 100 episodes. So these are episode specific and not just to the show. So you go through and see all of those as well. And again, you can sort by all time if you wanted to. And then again, Goodpods recommends. They have all these curated playlists. So it's going to be the same ones that we saw earlier, but it's just another place for them to put shows that they recommend in front of you. And then we have podcasts by category down here. So these are a way for you to filter through all the different categories that we have here. Again, these are all the ones that you'll see on Apple Podcasts, but it's just a way for you to filter through all the education podcasts. If that's something, oh, hey, look, there I am. You can sort through those and see all the different ones that are here. All right, let's go back out. Okay, so we made it over to alerts. So this is where you're going to see notifications. If you have your podcast linked to Goodpods, then like I got this notification right here because someone liked my show. Well, it was me, but I got that notification here. All the other ones are letting me know that people, once I listened to an episode, liked that I listened to that show. So they would have done it from the feed, right? They're following me, maybe they saw it and they're like, oh, cool. And they hit that like button. So that's what this notification is over here. I would also have latest episodes at the top or latest group activity. If I was a part of a group, it would have it there. And then let's go over to profile. So here, I should have gotten out of that John Krasinski one. I am excited to listen to that one. But so this is my profile and you can set this up. I actually have another video on how to set up your Goodpods profile. That way you can have everything here that, that you see. but this is what it will look like. I have my podcast listed at the top. I have my website on here. You could add your tip jar if you wanted to for either PayPal or any other, I think Patreon. Here, let's just go in here and see. You can have your tip jar. Okay, so if you wanted to add another tip jar, you could have Patreon, Venmo, and PayPal. So that's pretty cool. And then you can invite friends here. So if you have your profile, then you can add in your friends there and text them like, hey, go check this out or whatever. And then this is my feed. So you can go through and see, like, if you wanted to go to my profile and say, well, what does Crystal listen to? Like, this is where you would go. And then groups, like I said, I don't have a ton of groups, but those are the ones that I have. Then I have shows. So these are my podcast, like what podcast episodes have I put out there. These are all of my 2 shows. And then lists, I don't have a ton of stuff for lists. I do have like my favorite business shows, and I could create another one that's for comedy podcast or motivational podcast, but that's what this is here. Okay, the last thing I wanted to show you is the bookmarks, because I talked about it earlier. So what I will do typically is I will go over to library and I go back to where it says latest episodes, and I do this like a few times a week. I'll go in, and this particular episode, this is one I was listening to earlier before I started recording this. I know that I want to listen to this and I don't want it to get lost in my feed. So I will click that little button right there, that third button over, that little icon for bookmark. So when I do that, it sends it into my bookmarks. So I can refresh this and boom, it's right there. So this is how, when I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I need to catch up on? As you can see, I love best friend energy. I just have not gotten caught up on it. So there are several there, but this is how I make sure that I don't miss anything and I go back and listen to it.
So I hope you enjoyed that updating Goodpods tutorial. Let me know if you have any comments on how to use the app, what other cool features that are coming down the road, and anything else you have about podcast listening. But that's all I have for you today. So make sure you hit the thumbs up where you're watching this video and subscribe so you don't miss our future videos all about content strategy and doing more with the content you are creating. But that's all I have for you. So as always, remember, keep it up. We all have to start somewhere.